Welcome to Football with Cheese. So, new formats going forward. Instead of doing one big long preview show that's 40 to 45 minutes, instead, I'm going to do certain games, definitely the Thursday night game, and maybe 4 or 5 others. We'll see. We'll see how much time I have. Maybe do more than that depending on the week. And just do those individually. Just make one video per preview. So we'll have more videos, but they'll be shorter. These long videos just so hard to edit. It takes forever. So we're going to do the preview for the Steelers Bengals in this video, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell for notification so you never miss a video. I'm not sure on the recaps if we'll do one big recap or just certain games, but I need to get those shorter as well. Just looking at the analytics, a lot of you are watching 15, 20 minutes, and most people aren't getting through the 35, 40, 45. So that's kind of the main reason, or they're skipping to whatever game. So we'll see going forward. So Thursday night is Steelers-Bengals. Steelers are 4-1 in first place. Bengals are 2-4 and in second place. 2-4 is second place in the AFC North. The most disappointing division in the NFL, that's for sure. This is a sneaky important game for both teams, like more important than you probably realize. For the Steelers, they are currently the number 2 seed in the AFC. Crazy, right? I think they were the number 1 seed for a lot of the year last year. Then they lost their last 4 games, but only the Colts are higher seeded. And if the Steelers can win this game, the Colts are at the Chargers. And the Chargers are favored. So the Steelers could be the number 1 seed in the AFC. You know, a lot of season to go, but just saying. So it's really important for them also to try to gain on their lead, because they have a huge lead, on Baltimore. That's the team that has the best chance to catch them. But Steelers are on a short week, and on the road it's tough because you have to travel when you play the Thursday game. But they have already had their bye, and the Bengals have not. So that is definitely an advantage, especially with a short week. The big injury news, just really one, and Trey Hendrickson is unlikely to play for the Bengals. That is killer. I might have taken the Bengals to cover the spread if he played. Spoiler alert, who I'm taking. I could change my mind throughout the video. I've done that before. I've changed my mind. But Trey Hendrickson is by far their best defensive player. He's their only real pass rusher. And you have Broderick Jones is the left tackle of the Steelers. And he's not very good. And that would be the matchup. So it's not only him going against Broderick Jones, it's you have to keep a running back and tight end in to help him out. Now you don't have to do that. Just really helps out the Steelers offense. So Pittsburgh, let's talk about them before we get to the Bengals. They have looked much better the last 2 games against the Vikings and Browns. They were 2-1, but they really didn't play well in those 3 games. Aaron Rodgers has looked much better. He's getting more comfortable with the tight ends and wide receivers. They weren't always on the same page in those first 3 games. And the Steelers have been running the ball better. That's key. Aaron Rodgers is so good with the play action. You've got to run the ball to make the play action work. And this is the kind of defense that Aaron Rodgers should have a lot of success against. He's got that quick release still. Even though his arm isn't quite as good, he doesn't move in the pocket as well as he used to, he still has that quick release. And if he gets a clean pocket, as soon as the guy gets open, boom, he can put it on him. I expect him to have a very good game against this Bengals defense, which is not very good. So the Steelers are also finally the betting favorite in the division. Even last week, the Ravens were still the favorite. Vegas still thinks the Ravens can come back and win this division. They have 5 losses. So are you hoping the Steelers go 10-7? Probably going to be better than that. I know you still play the Steelers twice, but it's a 3.5 game lead. So finally the Steelers are barely the betting favorite. Now let's talk about the Bengals. I mentioned that it was a sneaky important game. The Bengals have to win this game. They absolutely have to. It's a home game and it's a division game. You have to win it. You can't go 2-5 and expect to make the playoffs. It doesn't matter if Burrow plays the last 4 games. You're going to be too far out of it. You have to win this game. Somehow you have to be 6-7 or 7-7 when Burrow's back. And this is one of those games they have to win. I do not see it. Now, the Bengals did get some offense going last week with Joe Flacco. To me, though, it was more about bad defensive play calling in the second half by Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley than Flacco just started playing great. Just really weird defensive calls. Then when they started blitzing, you get Jamar Chase one-on-one on Keyshawn Nixon, so of course that worked. But the big difference, and I will link it in the description, my instant reaction to the Joe Flacco trade. More on that and Mike Tomlin's comments in a second, but he's going to make fewer mistakes than Jake Browning. So he'll give you a better chance to win each game, but honestly, all it's going to do is have the Bengals win 5 or 6 games instead of 4 probably at the end of the season, assuming Burrow doesn't come back. That's it. I wouldn't have made this trade, but I get why they did it, but Flacco's not saving your season, Bengals. Sorry. He's just not. Steelers pass rush should dominate this game. We talk about the Bengals offensive line a lot on this channel. It's a below average pass blocking unit. It's a horrible run blocking unit. But TJ Watt and Nick Herbig is having a really good year. I think he's got 4.5 sacks on the season. Both should have good games. And Derek Harmon as well, the rookie from Oregon, defensive tackle. He's off to a really good start in his career. I saw a stat. It's still hard to believe. Chase Brown, the very good running back for the Bengals. We saw how he finished this season in 2024. Has 202 yards rushing in 6 games. That is horrible. It's not his fault. The offensive line is horrible. Now, the Bengals do have the best 1-2 combination wide receiver in the NFL, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. If you did not know that, you probably do. But it doesn't matter if you don't even have a good quarterback, and they don't. You need someone that can get them the ball down the field consistently, like Joe Burrow can. So let's talk about Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I kind of like him. I know some people really don't like him. Some Steelers fans don't. But he's just funny. He cracks me up. If you remember last year, the Steelers struggled down the stretch, especially offensively, and they need another weapon besides George Pickens. No one else had stepped it up. And Antonio Brown, former Steeler, now retired Antonio Brown, puts out a post on X saying he would play for free. The Steelers want him to play for free. Somebody asked Tomlin that after a game, a Steelers reporter, and Tomlin just stared at him and walked off. Didn't say a thing. Just walked off like, I'm done. It was so funny. Antonio Brown, his posts on X are crazy. I follow him just because they're really funny. But here's what Tomlin said after the game about the Flacco trade. You know, they played the Browns last week, beat them, which was Flacco's old team. He's talking about the Browns general manager, Andrew Berry. He says, Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feelings. I'm shocked he said it, but it's hilarious. He has a point. He has a point. You move up 40, 50 spots in the draft on day 3. That's all you got out of it. But you're also one injury away from Dylan Gabriel to have Shadur Sanders and that shit show start. So I wouldn't have made the trade either way for both sides. So who should win this game? The Steelers should. They should win easily. It is on the road. But typically when one team is playing really well and the other's playing really bad, you should pick the other team. I'm not doing it. Spread is 5.5. I think the Steelers pull away in the second half, and I think they cover the 5.5. I just don't think the Bengals are very good, and losing Trey Hendrickson is devastating. Okay, so more previews coming. Going to do at least 4 or 5. Try to get them out Friday and Saturday. I don't want to wait till Sunday to get them out. We do have another London game, so I will definitely preview that. Rams, Jaguars. That should be an interesting matchup. Anything's better than that Jets-Broncos shit show. Holy crap. No, I'm not going to preview Saints-Bears and Dolphins-Browns. I'm not going to do a preview for those. Heck no. And any game the Titans are in, there's no point. But anyway, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notification. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think's going to win this game? But also let me know. Do you like the long preview shows, or do you want me to make 4 or 5 individual ones? You know, comment down below. Comments help the algorithm as well. Share this with anyone who loves football as we continue to grow football with cheese. More watch-alongs are probably coming with me and Mike. We got to get our schedules together. So just follow the channel for announcements on that. Check these out if you have not. And I'll see you in the next preview video.